Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum to all the students, and I warmly welcome you all in our final term. And this is our English language class, and I'm your English teacher, Sidra. This is our final term's first lecture, and as you know that we are having this final term starting in online classes because of the second wave of COVID-19, and we will inshallah continue it. Let's see what happens in the future, but we will be having today's onwards, we will be having online classes of English language and literature. So we should start. This is our lecture one, you may say, or we will inshallah continue the numbers of lecture uh, by adding midterm lectures also. Okay, maybe 20 and 21 lectures we have done, so you can consider it lecture number 22. Okay, then this is the active passive voice. We have already done this topic as far as indefinite and continuous tense are concerned, and this is now we are leftover topic which is about perfect tense. Okay, but first of all I will like to give you some intro about active and passive voice, which we always in each and every lecture of this topic we start with the same overview of voices, that an action of a subject in relation to an object is expressed in two ways when we are um, when we talk about the action, what has happened or what will be happening or what happens according to the tense. An action of a subject in relation to an object is expressed in two ways: to express the action of a subject in relation with the object, that what is happening with subject and object, what is the relation between these two things, these two subject and object. It is expressed in two ways. These two ways of expressing action of a subject is known as voices. The ways are called voices. One is active voice and second one is passive voice. We can explain the action in relation action of any subject, which is the doer of the work. Okay, action of a subject in the relation of object, we can express this action by two ways. One is active voice and the second one is passive voice. There are two types of voices, active and passive. The simplest structure of the voice, or active voice you may say, when we talk about the structure, so we always put subject first, the doer of the work first. So we are having the most important part of this structure is subject, the doer of the work. सबसे ज़्यादा important part we are having is subject, which is the person who is performing that action, who is performing that verb. ठीक है, so the subject is more important in the whole structure. Subject, verb, object. Timing can be also mentioned over here. Sometimes days are mentioned, sometimes times are mentioned, sometimes months are mentioned. They all are timings. Okay, but except that extra part, the main structure is subject plus verb plus object. So in the whole structure, we have the most important part is subject, then the second importance given to verb, and then object. It is the last but not the least. Okay, so the subject is more important. We use active voices, and whenever we are having the sentence which is in which the object is the most important thing, the structure, the sentence in which the most important thing is object but not the subject. Verb has its own place. Okay, verb has its own place. The action which is performed by the subject, it has its own place. But we first talk about here also, we talk about the subject and object ka relation we are finding over here. Okay, the action of a subject in relation to the object. We are talking about subject and object here, so we have to just interchange the places of subject and object to convert active into passive voice. When we are having subject is the most important thing in the whole structure, in the whole sentence, we put subject first, then verb, then object, फिर उसके बाद extra part, whatever is the sentence. But whenever we are having the object is the most important thing, then we use passive voice. When the thing on which the work is performed, the object is on which the work is performed, always not necessary that the end part, the end word of the sentence will be object. No, it is not necessary. Sometimes the timing is also mentioned over here. Sometimes the extra part, place name, or you may say what is happening in which circumstances, it can be also placed over here. So the last word of the sentence, it is not always the object, okay, but the thing on which the work is performed by the subject, on which the thing on which the work is performed by the subject, it is called the object. जिस चीज पर काम किया जा रहा होता है, it is called the object. Okay, so in passive voice we use object first because जिस चीज पे काम किया जा रहा है, it is the most important thing. ठीक है, not the person who is performing the work, but the thing on which the work is performed, it is most important for us. Okay, then object, then we have to use helping verb according to the tense, whatever is used in the active voice. Okay, then in passive voice we always use third form. Then before subject we have to use by, के ये काम या इसके ऊपर ये काम इसकी वजह, इसके जरिए परफॉर्म किया गया. दिस इज द preposition by which is used before subject in the passive voice, के इस subject के जरिए ये काम इस object पर perform किया गया था, किया गया है, किया जाएगा, whatever is the verb over, sorry, whatever is the tense over here in the active voice. So helping verbs are used according to the tenses. Whatever is the tense over here, we have to use the helping verb of that tense in the passive voice, because we always use v3, verb की third form, verb main verb की third form we always use in the passive voice. This is you can say a small flowchart of active and passive voices. Active voice, what subject does, कि subject ने क्या काम perform किया, the doer of the work, what is the subject doing. Then in passive we focus on the action. ठीक है, फोकस ऑन द एक्शन, कि पैसिव में हम ऑब्जेक्ट के ऊपर क्या एक्शन परफॉर्म किया जा रहा है, वी फोकस ऑन दैट एक्शन. Suppose this is the example, Ram killed Ravan. Okay, this is the active sentence, you may say, but the object is here, subject is here. We have to first interchange the subject and object places. Ravan will become first and Ram will be getting over there. Before subject we have to use by, according to the structure of here. Okay, before subject we use by. Killed की third form always killed. Okay, it will be placed over here, third form will be placed over here, and this is the tense. Which tense is it? It is the simple past tense. So simple past tense helping verbs are was and verb according to the active and passive voice. Okay, now why do we need to convert active into passive voice? हमें क्यों ज़रूरत पड़ती है when we can easily talk in active sentences, that why do we need to convert active into passive voice? When the object is more important than the subject, we use passive voice. Whenever we have the object is the most important thing in the whole structure. Okay, we have a specific structure, first subject, then verb, then object, then extra anything, time, date, days, whatever is there. Okay, so this is the whole structure. The main structure is subject, verb and object. But we have active sentences. In active sentences we have subject is the most important thing, but whenever we will be having the object is the most important thing, we will convert active into passive voice. ठीक है, कौन काम कर रहा है किस पे, this is the active voice. but किस चीज पे काम किया जा रहा है किसके through, when the object, जिस चीज पे काम किया जा रहा है, when the object on which the work is performed, it is the most important thing, then we use passive voice sentences. To show the importance of object or to emphasize on the object on which the work is performed, we need to use passive voice sentences. Whenever we have to show the importance of the object or to emphasize on which the work is performed, the thing on which the work is performed, when we are emphasizing that thing, that object, we need to use passive voice sentences. Otherwise, the feeling, the emphasized object or the importance of that object will not be shown. ठीक है, हर एक we have a selected way of focusing or emphasizing or forcing on anything. ठीक है, we usually express it by our feelings. किसी चीज़ पे फोर्स करना है, किसी चीज़ पे फोकस करना है, और we have to emphasize on anything, to we use our feelings. Okay, but whenever we are writing, the feelings are not shown. Writing में तो हम feelings को show नहीं कर सकते, so we have to change the type of sentences whatever we are using. So we have to use these type of sentences whenever we are giving importance to the subject or to the object. Subject is the doer of the work, who is performing the work. Object is on which the work is performed, and verb is the action word. You all know this thing. Now first we are having present perfect tense. These all are perfect tenses. Okay, so present perfect, past perfect, and future perfect we will be completing today. Active and passive voice, present perfect tense. Subject plus in perfect tense, in the tenses we use has and have as a helping verb. Okay, and then V3. If I don't tell you that this is the perfect tense, then also you can find it out by the helping, by these helping verbs and V3, that it is the perfect tense. Okay, present perfect tense, because has and have, past होगा तो obviously it will be had, और future perfect tense होगा तो it will be will have. It is the has, it is, we are using here has have, so it is our present perfect tense. Then V3, then object, subject, has have, which is the helping verb, V3 and object. She has eaten mango, they have eaten mango. For both I have used, for singular subject we use has, and for plural subjects we use have. Then when we will convert into passive, we have to put mango first, because mango is the object. Object will be first, then helping verb according to the tense. Perfect tense के helping verbs has and have, we just have to use has and have plus been over here in the voices. Okay, in the voices we use has and have के साथ been we use to make it passive. Then plus V3, always we use V3, past participle form of the verb, which is the third form of the verb you can say. And then by plus subject. Subjects, we have to use this preposition before the subject. Preposition means is you have to put this um, uh, preposition before the noun. Pre means before. We have already done this in very deep manner. Okay, so now convert this she has eaten mango ko, when we will converting into passive voice, mango will be coming first. Mango has been eaten by her. Okay, this she will be changed according to the structure. You may say it is the subject, but not by she, by her it will be changing over here. Then again they have eaten mango, mango will come first. Mango has have, we have used here because the subject is plural over here, but here mango is singular. Okay, so we will use this has according to this subject. Now object has become a subject, it is the object, but now according to this structure it has become first, so it is singular. Singular के साथ we always use has, not plural. Don't see active has and have over here कि active में helping verb जो have था it will be placed over here blindly. No, you have to use has and have over here according to this object. If the object is singular you have to use has, if the object is plural you have to use have. So it will be converted into has. Mango has been eaten by them. Now come to this practice exercise. These are some active, you have to convert it into passive. He has peeled the oranges, the oranges have been peeled. See again, he is singular, so we have used have has over here, but the oranges are plural, so we have used have over there. Don't see the active helping verb and don't put it blindly in the passive. Passive ka structure ke according, the object is plural, so you have to use have over here, not has. The oranges have sorry, the oranges have been peeled by him. I have read this book. This book has been read by me. Again, I ke saath we are using over here have, but the book is singular, so we have to use has over here. I have decorated my room. My room has been decorated by me. Again, I have already told you that I have decorated my room. It is the active. My room has been decorated. If you will not use by me over here, then also it is okay. ठीक है, if you remove by me over here, my room has been decorated. Obviously it is understood that my room has been decorated by me, but you can omit when the subject is understood. ठीक है, obviously maybe my room has been decorated by my sister, by my mother, by my brother. Okay, so when the subject is understood, no need to use subject over here, और subject के साथ by भी omit हो जाएगा. But when the subject is not understood, then you have to put by plus subject over here. Now, negative and interrogative of the same sentences. Mango has been eaten by her. Mango has not been eaten by her. Again, whenever we are having two different helping verbs, so we split them and put not between them. Okay, mango has not been eaten by her. Has mango been eaten by her? Again, not will be removed over here whenever we are having two helping verbs. So we put object in bit by splitting these two helping verbs, and then we will put object between them. Has mango been eaten by her? Then question mark. Next is the work has been completed by me. The work has not been completed by me. Has the work been completed by me? Then question mark. Now come to past perfect tense. Active and passive voice perfect tenses. Okay, such active structure is subject plus had, because this is the past perfect. Has and have ki past form is had. Subject plus had plus v3 and then object. She had eaten mango. They had eaten mango. With singular and with plural, we have to use, with both of them we have to use had over here. There is no discrimination between singular and plural subjects when we are using past perfect tense. Okay, so she had eaten mango, they had eaten mango. When we will converting them into passive voice, object will come first, then helping verb had been. Been will be coming over here in the perfect tenses. In every perfect tense, you have to use been. Whatever is the helping verb over there, has, have, will have, whatever is the helping verb of there according to the tense. But you have to use been with all the helping verbs. Okay, so object plus helping verb had been plus v3, which is the past participle form of the verb, third form of the verb, plus by plus subject. So what will be the passive? She had eaten mango. Mango had been eaten by her. They had eaten mango. Mango had been eaten by them. No difference between singular and plural subject or object. Okay, we have to use had been with all the plural and singular subjects or objects in past perfect tenses. Now come to the practice exercise. We had peeled the oranges. The oranges had been peeled by him. The sentences are same, but I have changed these sentences according to the tenses. That was the present perfect tense. Now this is converted into past perfect tense. I had read this book. This book had been read by me. I had decorated my room. My room had been decorated by me. Okay. Now, negative and interrogative. Mango had been eaten by her. Mango had not been eaten by her. The rules are same. Just you have to change has and have into had. Had mango been eaten by her, then question mark. The work had been completed by me. The work had not been completed by me. Had the work been completed by me? Okay, whatever is the article placed with the object or subject, you have to put the whole object and subject as it is. Okay, don't omit are and the from here. You have to use with subject and object the same article which has already used in the active voices. जो articles placed हुआ हुआ है, you have to use as it is that subject and object with the same article. You cannot change the article, you cannot omit the article from the with the verb with the subject or object which is attached to it. Had the work been completed by me, then question mark will be placed in the interrogative sentences. Now this is future perfect tense. Active and passive voice future perfect tenses. Active subject plus will have, you just have to put will of future and perfect ka have. Will have plus v3 plus object. For example, she will have eaten the mango. They will have eaten the mango. Okay. Passive voice object plus helping verb. Helping verb will be will have been. Been you have to use with the perfect tenses. Helping verbs obviously of perfect tense will be has, have, had. It will be confirmed coming over here, and future ka will be always over here. So will have been plus v3, which is the past participle form of the verb, and by plus subject. So she will have eaten mango. Mango will have been eaten by her. They will have eaten mango. Mango will have been eaten by them. Will always be over there. have, which is the perfect tense helping verb, which will be coming over here always, and then been you have to use additionally, which is according to the structure or rule, and then V3 plus by plus subject. These are some practice exercises. We will have peeled the oranges. The oranges will have been peeled by him. I will have read this book. This book will have been read by me, and I will have decorated my room. My room will have been decorated by me. These all are the practice exercises sentences of active into passive. Now, when we convert some sentences into negative and interrogative, mango will have been eaten by her. Mango will not have been eaten by her. Obviously, we have three helping verbs over here. So, has been or have been will always be attached with the been. Okay, has and have will always be attached with the been. So we have to split will have and will have. We have to split from here and then put not between them. Okay, being to we are using in the passive voice structure. Okay, but when we are having active voice, in active voice we have will have. Okay, so we have the actual helping verbs are will and have. Been is the helping verb of पैसिव वॉइस एक्टिव के तो विल और हैव हैं तो वी हैव टू स्प्लिट विल एंड हैव which are the actual helping words of active sentence and put not between them. By splitting them we have to put not between them, and then been will be over here eaten by her. Will mango have been eaten by her? Then question mark. Whenever you are not using the question mark at the end of the interrogative sentences, the whole sentence will be wrong, will be considered wrong, because you have to use interrogative के साथ you have to always use question mark at the end, otherwise your marks will be deducted or your whole sentence will be cancelled, or it will be considered wrong. The work will have been completed by me. The work will have not been completed by me. Will the work have been completed by me? Then question mark. Okay, make it your habit that whenever you are making orally or in written, or first of all orally you have to make it practice. Make its practice कि you have to read the sentence of any interrogative. Just read it once and then by speak the word question mark over here, as I am saying. Will the work have been completed by me? Question mark. Will the work have been completed by me? Then question mark. Question mark जब तक आप बोलेंगे नहीं आपको put करना याद नहीं रहेगा. ठीक है. Now these are all three tenses of perfect tenses: present perfect, past perfect, and future perfect. So if we summarize the whole all the sentences of perfect tenses, so we have found out some rules, which are the basic rules for changing active into passive voice. What are these rules? Rule number one is the structure of the sentence will be reversed. Okay, whenever we are changing active into passive, the structure of the structure will be just the structure of the sentence will be reversed. Okay, object and subject places will be changed to will be interchanged with each other places. The structure of the sentence will be reversed in passive voice. Active sentence ka structure will be reversed when we are changing it into passive voice. The place of the subject and the object will be interchanged. Okay, now rule number two is only past participle form of the verb will be used over here, which is also called third form of the verb. Okay, V3, we also called it V3. No other form of verb will be used as a main verb, as can be seen in the examples. Before we have already done the examples, then in each and every structure and each and every sentence we have used V3 in passive voices. Okay, whatever is the tense or whatever is the main verb form used in active voice, we have converted these forms into third form of the verb in passive voice. Okay, so no other than third form of the verb will be used in any passive sentences, as we have already seen in the examples. Now rule number three is the word by will be used before the subject in the passive voice sentence, because its subject के थ्रू, इस सब्जेक्ट के ज़रिए इस चीज़ पर ये काम परफॉर्म हुआ, वी हैव टू, या किया गया, वी हैव टू यूज़ बाय preposition by as with the subject before we are ending the passive sentence. We have to use by plus subject. By will be used before subject in each and every passive sentence. When the subject is understood, then only you can omit by plus subject. Otherwise, when the subject is not understood, you cannot omit the subject. I will give you the example. Now rule number 4 is the auxiliary verb helping verb will be changed in the passive voice. Okay, the auxiliary verb which are used in the passive voice, which can also be called helping verbs, depending upon the tense in the sentence in its active voice. Whatever is the tense we have used in the active voice sentences, we will use in the passive voice helping verbs according to that tense. In the passive voice we use helping verb. Okay, and then these helping verbs will be used according or depending upon the tense in the sentence which was in the active voice. और active voice का जो भी sentence होगा उसके tense के according we will be using helping verbs in the passive voice. Now when we summarize, when a sentence is written in the active voice, the subject performs the action. In the passive voice, the subject receives the action. Okay, whenever we are having any sentence in the active voice, so in the active voice um, we use the structure according to the subject perform the action, कि subject कोई काम perform कर रहा है, but in the passive voice the subject receives the action, कि subject receive action को कर रहा है of the object जो उसने object पे perform कर दिया है. Active sentences are about what people or things do, but in passive sentences we talk about what happens to the people or with the things. ठीक है कि लोगों ने क्या काम किया in the active voice, but किसी चीज़ या किसी लोग किसी भी इंसान के साथ क्या काम किया गया, this is called the passive voice. But the telling or but the speaking way to tell, to communicate, there are two types of sentences to communicate anything. So this is all about this lecture of active and passive voice of perfect tenses. Now these are some presentation questions which you have to answer. Okay, I'll be calling the names of the students that who will give me the answer of which question. We have total 4 questions over here, as we have already done active and passive voice a lot of time, so I don't think so there should be any problem to give you to give me the answer of these questions. Okay, so Alishba Rizwan, you will reply me for question number 1. Why do we need to convert active into passive voice? Okay, why do we need to convert active into passive voice when we can talk, when we can give the answer in the active sentences? Why should we need to convert into passive voice? हमें क्या ज़रूरत पड़ी है कि हम active को passive में convert करें? You have to reply me for this question. Haris Mehboob, second question will be should be come from you. Second question is which helping verb is used in फ्यूचर परफेक्ट टेंस? फ्यूचर परफेक्ट टेंस में हम कौन से हेल्पिंग वर्ब्स यूज करते हैं? यू हैव टू गिव मी द रिस्पॉन्स, यू हैव टू गिव मी द रिप्लाई ऑफ सेकंड क्वेश्चन. देन Ahmed Hassan, you will respond me for question number 3. What happens with the structure in passive voice? When we change active into passive voice, what happens with the structure? What changes we do or what happens all together with the structure? कि structure के साथ हम क्या करते हैं? What we should do with the structure to make active into passive? Then Rida Rahim. Rida Rahim will reply me for question number 4. Make passive voice of I have cut the cloth. This is the present perfect active sentence. Okay, this is the present perfect active sentence as we are using have over here, not had, not will have. ठीक है, तो ये past और future तो नहीं है. This is present perfect tense and you have to make it passive that I have cut the clothes. Very properly According to the explanation, you have to follow the structure and give me the reply of this sentence in passive voice that I have cut the clothes. Now I am giving everybody 2 minutes to give me the response. Okay, then I'll take your answers from the chat box. Just take 1 or 2 minutes to type your answer in the chat box. Okay, Ji. Now I should take the answers. Yes. First answer should be given by Alishba Rizwan. We need to convert active into passive. Why do we need to convert active into passive? Alishba, where is your answer? Active into passive to learn more about tenses? No, we have just done it. That okay, fine. See, we need to convert active into passive. See this slide. See this slide. Why do we need to convert active into passive? Just read it and then find out your mistakes, what you have done. Okay, now when the object is more important, we need to convert active voice into passive voice. Very good, Zainab. The clothes have been Abdul Rahman. I have written. Can you people hear me? Oh, can you hear me? Okay, thank you so much. Okay, thank you, students. Now we were on the second last slide. Okay, and okay, I have your all the answers. Okay, in the chat box. I will be taking that. I will be taking that answers and mm, consider that. Okay. I was saying that I have Abdul Rahman. I have cut the clothes. The verb cut is used over here. आपने own को use किया है. Own is not the verb over there. Okay. आपने cut को use करना था and the third form of cut is always cut. Cut है, put है. ठीक है. These all two forms they are having first, second, third form are same. Cut, cut, cut. Put, put, put. ठीक है. Okay. Now the time is about to end. ठीक है. So we have to leave. So that's all about the perfect tenses. And now here our voices topic is completed. ठीक है. Inshallah, in the next class we will be starting next topic. Voices has done, tenses we have already done. ठीक है. So these two topics is completed altogether, all the tenses. Now we will be inshallah taking another topic of final term in the next class. Till then, just take care of yourself and whatever is the assignment will be posting in the Google Classroom. If you have any problem, you can ask me in the Google Classroom comment section, or if you find any difficulty, then you can also comment me, then complete the assignment in your classwork copy, language copy. Okay, try to use language portion, whatever is the copy, but the portion should be language over there. Okay, is there any question anybody want to ask? So you can ask. If the object is more important than subject, we use passive voice. Very good, Ramesh. This is the most important rule of using passive voice. Okay. This is the first rule. Why do we need to use active and passive voice? Whenever we are having, the most important thing is object, then we use passive voice. Obviously, Alishba Rizwan, we have to use final term title page and then start the work. Okay, students, thank you. Thank you so much. Now we should leave. We will inshallah meet in the next class on Wednesday. Thanks for all of you. Allah Hafiz. Take care of yourself.